Hi, I'm Keith Collins. My colleague Stephanie Corwin and I make up the bassoon section for the period Baroque and Classical orchestras of the Stanton Music Festival. I'd like to talk a little bit about the bassoon in its Baroque version, and then I'd like to make a little introduction to a piece we played in 2016, Handel's famous Music for the Royal Fireworks. The bassoon functions in the fireworks as the bass voice. It's the lowest sounding part of the orchestra. Indeed, that was the original function of the bassoon from its very beginning. In the third quarter of 1600s France, at the court of Louis XIV, the court composer Jean-Baptiste Lully instructed his court musicians who played woodwinds to redesign the Renaissance-style instruments so that they could play with his string band. Lully wanted to have strings and winds playing together. Up until that point, that wasn't possible. The strings were at a much lower pitch standard than the winds, and so when the winds played the note, for instance, A, and the strings played the note A, they were not anywhere near the same. And so the Renaissance-era shawms, these very loud outdoor double-reed oboe-like instruments, were brought down in pitch and also down in volume to match the string band. Unfortunately, the bass version of that instrument, the bass shawm, was really big and was not very suitable to being expanded in size to bring it down in pitch. It was already nearly 8 feet tall. And so the woodwind builders turned to a different instrument that was known as bajon in Spanish, or curdle in English, fagot in Italian, dulcian in German, and it consisted of a single piece of wood drilled with two parallel bores, two holes going all the way through. Then the two bores were connected at one end with a plug, and then it was drilled with holes for your fingers, and thus the idea of a bassoon was born. So that instrument led to the actual bassoon proper. The word bassoon comes from French bas son, the low sound. It's the low sound of the oboe band. Here's what it looks like. This is a copy of an instrument from about 1700, probably German. The sound tube or bore starts here and goes like this, all the way down to here, and then it turns around and comes back up this side. So it's actually a little more than twice as long as it looks. It's actually about 8 feet of tubing, even though it only stands about 4 feet tall. The beginning of the overture to the fireworks. All right, now on to the contrabassoon. Here's a demonstration on the range of the Baroque contrabassoon. The lowest note that I'll play is the B flat, 2 octaves below the bass clef staff. And now a little bit of the overture from the fireworks. Well, I've very much miss not being able to perform live at the Stanton Music Festival this year, but I hope this video has given you a nice overview of the Baroque bassoon and contrabassoon, and maybe a few nice memories of festivals past. I'm very much looking forward to being back with all my colleagues in the Baroque and Classical orchestras at Stanton next year, and I hope to see you then.